Good day and welcome to another edition of Outsider Genie, where we'll be looking at the race meeting today on the Fairview turf track. Today is the 28th of May. For those people who are watching this video for the first time, I just quickly want to inform you what we do here at Outsider Genie. We do a form analysis of each race, and through doing the form analysis, we then select two outsiders per race that we give to you that you can include into your bets, whatever your play is, because each punter has his own favorite play. You just add our numbers, and if those numbers do arrive, either winning or placing, and you get a bigger payout, standing in a power queue laughing, thanking Outsider Genie. You can subscribe to this video, which we post on a daily basis. You can click the subscribe now button and ring the bell, and you'll then receive our selections, or when we post, you'll receive the notification. We also post our video every day on our Twitter account. Unfortunately, our Instagram is not currently active, and our contact details is 083-585-5133. I just want to quickly make a note here that the selections for this weekend, for tomorrow, Saturday, for Greyville, will only be available to subscribers of the daily form analysis and top bet selections. It's also a known fact that outside Genie selections do have a very good record on major days. You don't want to miss a special package for weekend from Friday, today, to Sunday, 150 Rand, would include the preview video and form analysis selections included. Now, if you want to subscribe to our monthly packages, we have a few packages available. You can sign up for 14 days for 175 Rand. You can get our normal package if you sign up from now till the 31st of May. You can get the selections from now, including this weekend, till the end of June for 400 Rand. Then you can take the value package where you sign up now till before the 31st of May, and then you can get the reminder of the champion season, which will till the end of the champion season at the 30th of July. At that normal value of that package is 1,000 Rand. You can get it now for 650. With this package, you will receive all selections, including all the big races in the rest of the Gold Circle Champion season, including Vodacom selections that will only be available to subscribers. To receive both packages, we're also going to discuss our top bet selections. So if you want to see both packages, you add 100 Rand. We've started this new service and this is a service for people who are not interested in exactas, trifectas, and quartets, but who wants top bets. So each day we give you two top bets, two each way value bets. Yesterday our value bet came home smoking 9-1 3 Tumbo. Unfortunately, our other value bet was scratched. And then we give you free all-to-come, stop all-to-come. That is the all-to-come that we think is the best chance to win on the day. A value all-to-come that you can take as is or each way, and also an outsider all-to-come. The outsider all-to-come doesn't win every day, but when it does, it certainly is a nice payout. And we also find that sometimes you can also play it for each way, because if those horses don't win, they place, so you can then cover your initial bet. And we also give free pick six selections. We give you our normal pick six selection of not more than 150 Rand for 1%, and then we give a pick six that can be played for 5%, and then we give you a pick six that we build around our top and value bets for 100%. So earlier in the week, our 1% won, and you got like your money back. And then yesterday, our 1% was for 105 Rand, and that won, and you got back 150 Rand. Our 5% won, also won, and I think of a profit about 200 Rand. And then the pick six, the full 100% won at 200%. You had it twice because of a scratching. We doubled up, and your profit on that was just over 2,000 Rand. Then for the jackpot players, you can use the middle legs of the pick six for your jackpot selections, and they will also give a small PA that often either win or go close. And the cost for this service will be 10 Rand per day, irrespective if there are 1 or 2 meetings per day. The cost will be 300 Rand a month. If you subscribe now before the 31st of May on any one of the free packages, you'll get package 1 for 1 month for 255, for 2 months for 480, and for 3 months 675 Rand. So let's now move over to today's card and let's have a look at the betting. We're going to start off with the betting in the first two races, which are juvenile plates over 1,200 meters. And as per usual, I don't give selections because the form is most times scratchy. And the juveniles improved so much. I've seen again in this week where they've backed juveniles to 6, 7 to 10, and they got beaten. And yeah, sometimes I don't know if it's worth your while to risk that kind of money on short price favorites, because ultimately there is always a horse, a first timer or improver that you don't know of. But here's the betting race 1, number 9, Karen Bliksem, 9 to 10. I would think that this horse will go close. It has got good form in the Western Cape, so probably the 9 to 10 is a fair price. Lemon Pepper 3 to 1, Fionanza 10 to 1, 10 to 1, Grace Lightning, Sugar Snap 11 to 1, 16 to 1, Chocolate Ruffles, Crystal Sky 20 to 1, Illusia 20 to 1, and 53 to 1, and longer the rest. And then race 2, Rose of Berwick 70 to 10, 2 to 1, Global Design, First Rain 11 to 2, Fire and Fury 10 to 1, 14 to 1, Global Perspective, Bonus Star 16 to 1, 16 to 1, Legal Agent, cashing in 25 to 1. And then we're going to start our form analysis on race 3. Yes, the betting 7 to 10, the Black Manx, 7 to 2, on your own, on your fate, own your fate. All for luck 7 to 1, double G 7 to 1, Quas Door 40 to 1 and 16 to 1, and better, and 20 to 1 and better the rest. The year in race 3, we start with the favorite, which is number 8. And yeah, I think if this horse performed like he performed in Cape Town in his first 2 races, I'm afraid that they will find it hard to beat this horse today. I think this horse has got a very good chance to open his account today here. Then for outsider selections, I'm going for a number 9 horse, Double Digit, which I haven't shown much in Joburg, but now find itself in PE against lesser opposition, and I'm sure he's going to run an improved race. Do include in all your bets in case number 8 fluff his lines. Then my other outsider selection is number 3, which is Quaquestador. Okay, it is with Jared Ruckstable. Man, I really hope this man's luck can change soon. This horse comes from PE, from Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal, I apologize. Has had 2 runs on the poly, which was okay, it's not world beater, but certainly number 3 is the type of horse that I think has the ability to surprise in this race, and I would include this in my bigger perms just in case the horse improves. And number 8, fluff his line. I saw yesterday again, a horse can be slow away in the last race. We were all on Bella Belize, and the horse lost it at the start. And, that's why you never know things are like that to happen. And then here's all for luck, Marco van Rensburg for Gavin Smith. The first timer, a 3-year-old, has already been gelded. Now, this is by Flying Flag, and Flying Flag, normally they take a bit of time. I can't remember seeing any Flying the Flag winning first time out. And then here's another first timer by Temple Bar. I don't know this breeding. I've got no idea how good this breeding is, so I can't help you there. But what I did in my pick 6, I put in 1, 3, 6, 8, and 9, just in case number 8 fluff his line. But I think number 8 will probably for a few people be a banker. Then we move on to race number 4, a maiden plate over 1,400 meters. And here the betting is as follows. Number 1, Lucy Bell, 15 to 10. Bent Not Break, 28 to 10. Princess Zina, 11 to 2. Big Hello, 16 to 1, 9 to 1. Ranatonga, Pearl Dancer, 14, 15. Carola, and 80-1 Immaculate. And here my first choice is the number 1 horse, Lucy Bell. Lucy Bell is bringing in form from Gauteng, has some strong form, has run against some decent horses there, including Golden Spur, which has won again. And I do think that this horse might be too strong in this field. Ryan Munger up for Grand Paddock, who's finding it hard to find winners these days. I hope his luck changed. Many years ago, about 3 or 4 years ago, on the one day, he and Muzieni had 4 winners. And yeah, I took them in some Yankees and Canadians, collected 150,000 on the day. I'll never forget that day. Then for outsider selections, we're going to look at number 3 and number 5. Number 3, Bigalow did run an improved race, also relocated from KwaZulu-Natal, ran a good race on the turf, and if that can repeat that, will certainly also be a contender for Zietsman Oosthuizen. And then also number 5, which is Princess Zina, trained by Arnold Greef, Greg Shane, and I think not without a chance either. Has run some reasonable races here in Fairview, especially on the turf track. And yeah, also a horse that can involve in the finish. Then we also have a look at number 5. Princess Zina, I've had a look at that. Sorry, I just want to mention this one horse I just saw now. I never got this horse in any of my play. So if you can afford, add in number 8, Radatonga. Can surprise, I would think, but hopefully not. So number 2, behind Bend Not Break. Also in with a chance, Lyle Hewitson on board, drawn 2, Gavin Smith. Did run an improved race yesterday, last time here in Fairview, after a not so good race on the Vaal. So then we move on to race number 5. Which is a 1600 meters. Class B, average merit rate at 88. A finish is 95 divided handicap. And here the betting is as follows. Number 4, Santa Teresa, 13-10. Wallace Simpson, 7-2. Too Fat to Fly, 7-2. Sailing Ship, 6-1. Princess Khaleesi, 10-1. 16-1. Nippy Sweetie. Green Dragon, 33-1. And 40-1, and better the rest. Here in this race, my first selection is unfortunately not a favorite, but number 5, Too Fat to Fly, 6-year-old mare. She's run against some very good opposition in Gauteng. Has had a high merit rate already from 92 at one stage. I think it was even higher, if I'm not mistaken. Too Fat to Fly. Yeah, 105. As horses one stage in her life was 105. Now down to 89 after winning her last 2 races, coming from behind. And I think this horse will like the Fairview Straight. Lyle Hewitson on board, and I can tell you, I think this horse will be hard to beat. But number 4, Santa Teresa, certainly not a slouch. Has won 6 from 4, and that in my book is also a very good record. Has run against some also decent opposition last time out, beating Musical Glitz, who won before that, won a small future here in Fairview. So certainly also not without a chance. Then for outsider selections, you can have a look at number 1, Princess Khaleesi. She always tries her heart out, carrying 60 today. Can also be involved. Number 2, Sailing Ship. Yeah, won last time out. Can also be a factor in this race, but that was on the poly when she won. But is effective over this turf course and distance free runs, 1 win and 1 second. And Wallace Simpson also won his race before, also certainly also a mare that can be involved in the finish. But I'm rowing in with my pick 6 on numbers 4 and 5. Then we move on to the next race, which is the 6th race, the Fairview 1400 non-black type Class A average measured at 95. And here the betting is as follows. Number 1, Snow Report 13-10, Carioca 9-10, Norfolk Par 9-2, Sailing Laird 5-1, The Highwayman 6-1, Kimberly Star 15-2, and Philos 22-1. Now here again, I think the favorite is going to be hard to beat. Number 1, Snow Report, coming from Cape Town. He's now running in an 895, but has been running in 101s, 106, 104s, 105s, 109 horses against like the like of Casimir, Pinkerton, Nexus, Vikram, Pinkerton again, Majestic Mozart, certainly not a slouch either. So I do think that Snow Report will be good in this field. And for my outsider selection, I only went for one horse, and that is number 6. And that's Norfolk Pine. Also running well, always there and thereabouts, and certainly the one that might give the biggest opposition to number 1. And also, I like the looks of number 2. So for my pick 6 purposes, I went on horses 1 and 2 in this race because he's a strong front runner. And Lyle Hewitson on board. Last time out, nearly held on behind Step Lovely, was only ran out of it late. But I think he's going to do similar tactics again. And I don't say he's a certain winner, but can certainly bother the favorite here, number 1, Snow Report. Then we get to number 7, the Milkwood Stakes. Now this is a very one of the older races in PE, and a lot of fillies has won. With good fillies has won this race. It's over 1,000 meters. Then don't blink. It's going to be over fast. So here the betting is as follows. Iris at 28-10, Joyful Noise 7-1, 7-1, Medical Flight, True Charm 7-1, 9-1, Ginfish, Spring Break 9-1, 12-1, La Bella Mia, Booms a Daisy 12-1, Racine 16-1, Before the Dawn 16-1, Medicina 20-1, 55, the last 2, and Scratched number 13. Now here in my race, in this race, I went for the number 9 horse, True Charm. This horse, True Charm, has also run against the best horses in the country. But the thing is with True Charm is she has very high gate speed. She can come out firing, and today is only carrying 53.5, and she's going to find it to her liking carrying this lightweight. And I'm sure Ryan Munger is going to take it to the front and say, guys, catch me if you can. And Cornet Spies, he knows how to travel with horses, and I do just think that number 5, True Charm, hasn't won for 600 days, but I think today is the day that she can find her again in the number 1 box. And for outsider selections in this race, I went for number 5, which is Before Dawn. Also a horse that has run against some better opposition in Gauteng. And I do feel that the way Louis Makotsa is riding, certainly Before the Dawn, can be a factor in this race. And then my other outsider selection is number 8, Spring Break, Lyle Hewitson. This horse is also fast. I think, if I'm not mistaken, at one stage, I think she broke a maiden by 8 or 9 lengths, if I'm not mistaken. But hasn't won over this distance, but certainly also a horse that has campaigned against some decent performers in Gauteng. Then we want to have a look at number 12, Iris, the favorite. Certainly nothing wrong with this horse, also 52 kilograms. And also won nicely last time, beating Social Butterfly. Social Butterfly was entered, but is scratching. And but I think it's also got the ability to win. Last time out, won at 25-1, surprising all and sundry. That day I had this horse in as one of my outsider selections. But certainly I don't think it's a certain winner. And definitely there are horses, I think, with stronger form in this race, hence the horses that I've just pointed out to you. And also here we have Medical Flight, who was also a fast filly as a juvenile, but also 498 wins since last. But again, also ran against strong opposition in Gauteng, so certainly must have a chance in this field. Then from the local opposition, Joyful Noise, but she's carrying 3-year-old, carrying 60 kilograms against some older horses. Although Joyful Noise has earned a rating, I think she's going to find it difficult carrying 60 kilograms against the horses, the likes of True Charm, Spring Break, and so forth, getting 7 kilograms from her. And that certainly is going to make a huge difference. But I'm sure she will run her heart out trying to win this race. It's not often you see 11 runs, 6 wins, 2 places, and 4 places. Only been unplaced once behind Lauren de Hay over the Fairview, over the 1200 meters. So then we move on to the last race, which is Phyllis Mare 74 divided handicap over 1600 meters. And here the betting is as follows. Number 4, Laskin Fight 5-2, Frosty Rain 33-1, Arabiata 6-1, Serila 8-1, Paris Queen 8-1, 12-1, Deep River Women 12-1, Mayfield 12-1, Run Forest Run, Bridesmaid Blues 53-1, and better the rest. Here in last is my selection is number 7, Run Forest Run. Now we are running here in the E65. Now, as you can see, this horse has in her last 3 runs ran against some good opposition at 73, 3 lengths behind, 82 over 2,000, which I think might just be too far behind Raadbeek Hotel, and then behind Musical Ditch. And that race behind Musical Ditch was in a small future. Now she's down to an E division. You can see that was a C division, and C division's now back in the E division. And I did follow this horse last week against Greek Fire, and it was as if the horse wasn't getting on with it. But I think yeah, and I also saw that the horse was pulling in the beginning, and certainly that was the kiss of death. Hopefully, Louis Makotsa can get it to settle. He knows the horse has ridden it 5 times for 1 win, and I'm thinking 7 Run Flawless Run is going to run a huge race. It's also a very powerful combination. Sharon Kotzer is getting winners. Louis Makotsa is riding winners all over the place. And for outsider selections, I'm going to go for number 1, which is Arabiata, who won well last time out, also from the John Nell stable, who are currently in form, had 4 winners earlier in the week from draw 12, but that doesn't matter because it's a straight. And he won start to finish beating Zeta Zones in similar company, starting at 100-7. And then also another outsider selection I want to point out to you is number 12, which is Bridesmaid Blue. This horse is always there and there around, only carrying 52.5 today, and I think can also be an improver in this race. And then I'm going to move up to number 2, which is Frosty Rain. A global view, 8 runs, 1 win, and a couple of places. And I think also the potential of surprising here today, Aaron Greef and Greg Shane, never to be discarded. But then you also have the likes of number 1, Alaskan Fate, where it's number 4, who also runs well, won well last time out by 3 lengths in a 63 over the 1600 meters in the E63. So similar division. Lyle Hewitson on board. He took the horse, but that was under Polly. The Fairview might be another situation, but also in with a chance. In number 5, Mayfern, I think is also a horse who's got the ability to surprise. Won his previous race over 1600 meters on this track and trip, so needs to be considered. Number 6, Seriela, also Luke Ferreira's on board. Hasn't run well the last 2 runs, but might just pick up a sudden form turn. So if for my pick six purposes, I have added in the field here, just for in case upset is on the cards here. So I do thank you for listening to my preview. I hope I could point in the right direction today for a few winners. And as I always say, break a leg.